I can't think of another subject that I deal with on Money Talks that consistently verifies German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer's famous observation that all truth passes through three stages. First, it's ridiculed. Second, it's violently opposed. Third, it's accepted as being self-evident. Well, I'm talking about the impact of technology on jobs. Now, I'm proud of the fact that way before it was popular, Money Talks, we talked about the impact on jobs of self-driving vehicles, artificial intelligence, and the 3D printing, mentioning that the incentive to substitute technology for jobs should be included in any discussion of dramatically raising the minimum wage to $15. It's a guaranteed hate mail magnet. See, reality is a bitch for some people. In November, I talked about the University of Toronto's School of Public Policy study that concluded between 1.5 million and 7.5 million jobs could be lost in Canada. This week, a new study by British think tank Reform states that 90% of the jobs in the civil service could be replaced by robots. The study says that robots are more efficient at collecting data, processing paperwork, and doing the routine tasks that now fall to low-level government employees. But that's not all. I mean, risk management could be better done by artificial intelligence. Some work now done by nurses and doctors will be done, even accounting and legal tasks. The Oxford University study concludes that 850,000 public sector jobs in the UK could be eliminated and instead done by robots over the course of the next decade. Technological substitution is part of the forces that are destroying the old left-right paradigm, so beloved in political commentary. While we have self-described progressive pushing for a massive jump in minimum wage, while absurdly pretending there are no consequences. Well, Ken Smith, he's president of Unifor 707A in Fort McMurray. Well, he summed it up succinctly when he talks about the challenge for workers, in quotes, self-driving trucks don't get pensions. They don't take vacations. It's purely dollars and cents. That's right. He predicts that automated trucks, autonomous driving trucks, will replace 1/3 of the workforce in the oil sands. Now, I'm going to keep saying, refusing to acknowledge and take action on the implications for the job market of technological change is a monumental failure on the part of the educational establishment, organized labor, and the political establishment. I'm used to government undeniable failure when it comes to living conditions on some native reserves. The stream of Auditor General's reports that chronicle gross mismanagement or making sufficient changes in order to protect the healthcare system. No, but failing to anticipate the massive social disruption from job losses resulting from technological change sows the seeds of massive social discord and hardship. In the U.S., the Democrats either didn't understand or refused to acknowledge the problem, and it cost them the presidential election by losing blue-collar states like Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Now, that's not to say, by the way, that Donald Trump understands the problem any better. I mean, he still says that job losses in manufacturing are due to unfair trade deals, when in fact over 80% are due to technological change. Back to the trucking challenge, so well outlined by Unifor's Ken Smith. Trucking employs more than 500,000 people in a variety of positions in Canada. In the States, 8.7 million people working in the trucking industry. The question is, how many of those jobs will be lost due to autonomous trucks and artificial intelligence? Hey, did you see? Bank of America has opened 3 completely automated branches over this past month, where customers can use ATMs but have video conferencing with employees at other branches for other questions. Did you catch that British online grocer Okada had debuted a prototype of a robotic arm that can pick fruit off an assembly line just like a human worker? Okada's technology will combine with its robotic human hand and computer vision and the ability to pick fruit and vegetables according to ripeness. And then presto, you're going to say goodbye to thousands of workers who are currently employed packing the bags for customers. As I said, every time I talk about this, I get the feeling that nobody cares, at least until it's their own job. Or maybe one of your children just can't get a job, can't find one in the first place. Now, I'm not suggesting that all jobs will be lost, by the way. I'm suggesting there's a huge shift in the employment profile. Certain categories are going to be devastated while others will explode. It's incredibly important to understand that. Hundreds of thousands, even millions of workers are going to get permanently unemployed. And that's where the social violence and unrest takes hold. But still, it's not part of the conversation. Although I got a note this week The Economic Advisory Council, handpicked by Finance Minister Bill Morneau, brought this one up, and they actually mentioned the trucking industry. So maybe, just maybe, we'll have a look. But that'll be another great example. It won't matter at the federal level unless you can get the provincial level to start taking action, especially at the school system. I don't see any sign of that happening.